Hello, how you guys doing? Hope you're having a good day. James here. Well, hope you have a good one. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you why some men have just had it. And shout out to the content creators from putting these videos together. And um, you're gonna see why men want to travel.
And I'm talking to you passport niggas, bro. What y'all don't realize, bro, you niggas are a fucking opportunity. What up? This is Solo Traveler or RD back with another video review. And with this review, we're gonna go over passport bro haters. We're gonna go over these people again. It's not only just women, but it's also men. They be hating extra hard, so they be in their feminine energy and have a lot to say about what's going on with men that travel. Probably because they hate that they can't travel. Who knows? Maybe because they're stuck in a marriage that they regret being in. Who knows? But hey, we're gonna go ahead and watch these videos and see what up. So this first video, this guy, he has an announcement to make. He is stating that passport bros, men that are traveling, are coming back with HIV. Let's see all the lies he has to say. I don't know what y'all got going on in the Philippines, but according to the CDC, the Philippines has one of the highest HIV rates amongst their people than most of the world. Passport bros, passport bros, passport bros. It's not surprising at all. It's not surprising at all that a lot of you guys are coming back home burning. It's not surprising at all because just like I said a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, is that a lot of you guys are not going outside the country for wives. They're going out of the country to tourism and to take advantage of people. Here we go with the bullshits and the lies these dudes want to make.
Not the cap.
Saying that most men are not going out looking for wives or relationships and things of that nature. I mean, sure. Let's say even if men are deciding to go ahead and have some fun, what does it mean to you? Who cares? Why does it matter to you? Why are you over here dick policing other men? That makes you seem a little free. But nonetheless, yes, there are a lot of men that actually found their mates and are either married or getting married. So that is out there. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it's not happening. But this is the narrative they love to run with.
That's just what it is. Tourism of taking advantage of people. You go to these third world countries, second with their countries who are not financially where they need to be. A dollar goes a lot further. You feel like a king. You got a nice little hotel. You know what I'm saying? You get 2 or 3 girls who know you from the last visit. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of y'all don't want to admit it, but a lot of y'all be getting these girls pregnant and y'all leave them over there. Y'all never want to go back, and now y'all want to go to another place. Because now the Philippines has always been a background for passport bros, but that's when 8x5 by 11 men were going rampant over there. Okay, when I say rampant over there. Now y'all want to go over there. And now a lot of y'all having regrets because American women are just not, domestic.
Let me stop right here. Of all the men, white men, black men, have gone to the Philippines, I have never heard not one man. I've never been to the Philippines, but I have never heard one man say that they got a venereal disease. I have not heard one man. Now I've heard some men say that that they met the wrong kind of woman because of scamming, whatever. But where is this coming from? But as far as the viruses and diseases, that's untrue. That's some penis policing.
They don't want to cook and clean. They don't want to let a man leave. Blah 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 blah. Now you going over there and you coming back with that fire. Not that fire with the stick, but that fire when you pee. That fire when your face break out. That fire when them lymph nodes on your neck starting to look crazy. Okay? We all knew this was coming. We all knew this was eventually come to the light. And look what's going on. They going wild out there, and y'all catching it, coming back home, thinking that we don't know what you've been doing.
This shopping season, save over 3.
So someone spreads a rumor, and people come back and say something that that isn't true. Now, I've watched a lot of American men, Western men. I have never heard any Western men saying that they came back with the venereal disease. Now, I've heard women say that when they went down to Jamaica, there's a few women came back, and couple of women even admit that they caught something online. So I don't know what they're talking about, but I have, and like I said, I've never been to the Philippines or outside the United States, but from what I've heard, I have not heard one man come back. I don't know where that's someone just spreading something. There's no document unless you can bring proof or something. That is just hearsay. Anyway, I'm gonna go on to the next one. The reason why men left. Check this out.
A stable man. I want a good man. I want a man that has money coming in and legally he's smart.
Most women, especially when they're young, do not want a good man.
He does not feed your chaos addiction. Guess what? The boring guy is consistent. He's dependable.
Especially from a woman's perspective, 9 times out of 10 when a woman cheats, it's because that man is not feeding her emotional needs.
Maturing is realizing ain't nothing wrong with dating a boring man.
I be talking about how healers need protectors, but they don't tell you what the protector is supposed to look like. Boring. A very boring man.
It's coming out of your mouth. This is what men been telling people.
I'm getting too old for the drug dealers and the scammers. Like, I want a stable man. I want a good man. I want a man that has money coming in legally. He's smart and can teach me something.
I would say good for you, right? But what I'm gonna say is leave those guys alone, because girls like that usually turn to girls like this.
Good morning, Starshine. The Earth says hello.
His goofy ass gonna get on your nerves. Okay? He's not some nonchalant dreadhead scammer who's sitting in Hellcats all day. What's up? He's a regular ass human. He might be goofy because that's normal. You've been conditioned to deal with men a certain way. So you're gonna deal with Mr. Square the same way you dealt with all the other men that you used to be attracted to. And that's not going to work. You're gonna drive him crazy because he's normal and you're not. People hate to hear this, right? Because the first thing y'all gonna say in the comment section is people can't change, people. There are some men and some women, right, who have lived their lives very intentionally, who have purposefully stayed out of trouble, who made a good decision when they had a bad decision that was easier to make right in front of their face. If you've been dealing with the people who consistently make bad decisions, and then you go, wow, I don't need to work on myself and change for the better so that I can attract the square guys. I think I'm just gonna take me as I am right now and go after the square guys. That's not gonna work. It's simply not. Leave those guys alone.
Are you researching dental implants?
There's a lot of dental offices that'll talk about doing their teeth in the day process. A lot of
It's simply not. Leave those guys alone.
I'm getting too old for the drug dealers and the scammers. Like, I want a stable man. I want a good man. I want a man that has money coming in legally.
I say this all the time, and I'm going to continue to say this. Most women, especially when they're young, do not want a good man. Do not want a guy that's working a 9 to 5. They find them boring. They find them corny. They find them lame. They feel like they're a square. More times than not, these kind of chicks go for the scammers, go for the drug dealers, go for the street dudes, go for the dope boys, go for the boys, go for the bad, toxic guy. It isn't until they get older and a little more wiser that they realize that this man is no good for them. They give their best years pick up where he failed. This is that Sierra, Future, and Russell dynamic. She got with the popular rapper who we all knew had so many kids and he wasn't going to be faithful. And then after she left him, she was like, I'm a mother now. I need somebody who's on there to take care of me and my child. And she found her a sucker. And Russell, my guy. Love Russ. But don't be Russ. You know, you invested your time, your effort, your wisdom, your resources all in the right place, all to come give it to a woman who wouldn't have dealt with you if the guy she really wanted had it together. Now you're her, okay, well, I can't get the guy I really want, but I guess he'll do, pig. Nah, don't even go out like that. Don't play yourself like that.
Yeah, guys have fully awakened, and men aren't doing that anymore. But the wild thing, that's not even the craziest part, because both of them gave sound advice. The first guy gave sound advice to the young lady. He's giving sound advice to men. But I did a crime scene investigation. Yes, I did. You guys already know how I do it. So I went looking. I looked at her accounts and found this. When you drunk after the club. Now, I'm not judging you. I'm not. I'm thinking if I was single in my 20s and I had to rewind back to time because I felt victim. And I went through some hard times. Getting with a girl and letting her go out to the club, woo! Number one no-no. Now, for any other guy that's younger or even older, he definitely wouldn't accept this. So you're saying you want a guy that's square, that got a good job, but you still want to go to the club and hang out with your friends every weekend and smoke hookah and meet the scammers and drug dealers and have them buying you drinks?
Mm-hmm.
No. That's not going to cut it, lady.
Right.
And the wild thing is she's in her 20s, too.
Mm-hmm.
I already know she's going to get drunk.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of her drunk. She's twisted now. Men are not having it.
Maturing is realizing ain't nothing wrong with dating a boring man. Yeah, the one that works that 9 to 5, the one that likes you more than you like him, the one that don't really care to go out, he just want to chill in the house, but all the bills paid. Date that man. That's the best route you can probably take. That's the man that's going to always be in your corner. That's the man that's going to always have your back. When you look around and ain't nobody, he the one going to be right there in your corner. That's the man that's going to support you through thick and thin, through all your endeavors. He going to be right there. Date that man. Date that man, sis.
You can't make this up.
Everybody be talking about how healers need protectors, but they don't tell you what the protector is supposed to look like. Boring. A very boring man. Yep, that man that just want to come home and play the game. That man that just go to work and come back home. That man that don't want much. Now, let's not get boring and lazy mixed up. This man is still going to be romantic. He's still going to court you. He's still going to love on you. Still going to take you one day. Still going to get you your flowers. But he don't care to be out and about. He don't care to be all in the streets and in everybody's face. He don't care to be at the clubs or out with his homeboys. That's a big one. That's a big one. This man is probably a homebody who likes to just be at home, play the game, or watch the games. But his family is literally the center of his world. That's all he want to do. Take care of his family and be with his family. A boring man grounds you. A boring man is going to keep you calm. Boring means stable. Boring means secure. Boring is comfortable and your nervous system is regulated. Boring means safe. So to be with a protector is to be with a boring, safe man.
Hi. Welcome to the future. You know, I can tell she went through a long road herself. Because she comes across like she has that Star Keisha attitude. But look, I'm not trying to judge anybody. Can a modern woman be changed? Yes, she can. If she changes fast enough. Why do I say that? Because you have a lot out there that don't change until they're 38, 39. I don't know, what is she, maybe around 30, 32, 33? You can't tell.
Sometimes I'm getting in their 40s.
A lot of you are doomed. Why? Because you know what happens? The boring man, they end up finagling with every other man because he's boring. They miss that nonchalant guy. When ladies get a ton of bodies, and this is why men aren't dating right now. Listen now. Ladies, some of you that are talking right now, probably was just bodies. And then when you settle, you're like, oh, yeah, I gotta have a man that still ticks on my boxes. Somewhere. You're losing somewhere. Men know this. That's why you're done. Because staying behind in the West, you're dealing with that trauma they have. Who's to know she's boring with you one day, then the next day, she's not out with somebody else. I say that, guys, because it happened. I'm not trying to say look for every single thing, but when you're dealing with these ladies, you never know. I knew when I went across these waters and got with my wife right now. Night and day.
Fellas, do y'all laugh at us? Because I am convinced that some of us as women, we just do not know how to pick right. Typically, women like the hot boy, like the thug with all the tattoos, all that stuff. They don't like the square or boring guy. He might not be that street guy. He might not be popping bottles every weekend. He also isn't running the street. He got him some business. He does not feed your chaos addiction. Guess what? The boring guy is consistent. He's dependable. When he says y'all doing a date at 7 p.m., that's exactly what he means. It's not 3 a.m. The boring guy is the one that gives you peace. He don't give you no anxiety. You ain't guessing about nothing. He's that one guy that's always thinking about the future, and the ones you like are just playing games because they live in the present. You ain't got to never worry about him kissing and tell. He is not going to embarrass you because the boy really values you. Because typically they fall in love real quick. Here's what I know for sure. Excitement fades all the time, but peace will last you a lifetime. When you start to have kids, you will thank God you chose that boring guy, because drama does not raise kids, but stability does. So stop overlooking the square. He's the steady and stable one. Because believe me, boring builds families, wealth, and love that lasts. And trust me, boring only sounds boring until it's everything you prayed for.
But the thing is, I mean, I know she speaks up for men a lot, but this is the thing with me.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix.
Now I'm going to show you the reason why. Because you might end up with a woman like this that did this to her own family member.
Are you as stupid as I think you are?
Salute. Before I play this video, I want to say this. I've been telling y'all for years, the Keishas inside your family are no different than the Keishas outside of your family. They're no different. Salute to the brothers in the Patreon. I posted a comment that a brother left on one of the videos, and he said that when his wife got a divorce and he was fighting for his kids, his sisters wouldn't even vouch for him. His sisters wouldn't even vouch for him because they still, and this is a fight for the custody of his kids. His sisters wouldn't vouch for him because they were still friends with his ex-wife. His sisters. So, Brandon Jamal, you know him. He's famous for the song "Now You a Single Mom." Remember that became an anthem. So, regardless of his the Keishas in his family, you know what? Let's play the video because I'm gonna say something later about this.
So y'all, my female cousin just did this to me because I said Jasmine Crockett is an idiot.
Which she
My
is.
female cousin, my hard R female Kamala Harris, Jasmine Crockett voting for cousin, did this because I said Jasmine Crockett is an idiot. And then I simply said to her, who do you think, mind you, I used to like Jasmine Crockett because she's black. And then I listened to her and was like, oh, this girl dumb. Like, do you know how much of an idiot you have to be as a black person to grow up in a good household and want to play ghetto for the internet and for people on TV? So then we was arguing, and I'm leaving. I'm on the way out the door. And she slapped me and then tried to, like, scratch me. Like, she came at me like I was a girl that she was fighting. So I tackled her, held her down. You know, I used to wrestle in school. Can't no girl hurt me unless you got a weapon. Like, you're a girl, I'm a man. I used to wrestle. And both my mama and my auntie right there, she's yelling at them, "Get him off of me! What are you gonna do? Get him off of me! What are you gonna do?" I'm like, you did it, you idiot. So yeah, liberals love talking about how the other side is so bad. But this is what they do when you simply ask them a logical question. And do you know what made her lose her composure so much? Was when I said, who do you think watches Jasmine Crockett more? The person whose job is to be on the internet, or the person who watches them in their free time? She said, you don't think I can watch her? I said, you see, this is what y'all do. I ask you a simple question and you can't answer it. And then she just, look at my face. Look at my face. She lucky I ain't some bitch ass man who wants to hit a woman. I never want to get physical with a woman. Ever. I don't like violence, period. Much less with a woman. And if I was the type of bitch ass man that was looking for a reason to hit a woman, she'd be waking up off that floor instead of getting up, because I let her up. Oh, and if you're wondering, you know I called the police. They're on the way right now. But I gave my auntie a heads up. I said, since she's family, I'll give her a head start. I called the law. So she best not be here when the police get here.
I wouldn't have did none of
She
that.
probably won't be here when the police get here. But it's going to be a warrant out for her arrest in whatever county I'm in Texas. And I know where you live in Chicago, you stupid bitch. And you know what's really funny? I kind of look like the Joker right now.
Ain't none of this funny. Ain't none of this funny. Ain't none. And the reason why, and I see he's trying to have humor in it.
Were you recently injured?
So now you have to. That's why some American men are done with women, because even when you have a simple discussion, they act out, lash out at you like that. Some of these women got some serious mental issues. They really do. They really do. I mean, it's crazy, man. I mean, it's just that you gotta be careful what type of woman you get with. I mean, it's just that, and this is why, you know, some passport bros, passport guys, Joes have to go overseas and get them a woman and take a chance on over there. Hopefully that a woman know prospectively how to respect a man. And it depends on what country they go to, and also depends on what type of woman they come across. That if she's a good woman, you know, that she won't have to have a simple discussion and turns into a physical fight. Any woman like that can't handle her emotions and stuff. And this is the reason why there are women here that are going to lose men, because there's a different traits of bad women with bad personalities. And this is what we talk about. And then for the men that sit there and stand in Greenwood, why y'all going over there? Why? Maybe I would say those men on TikTok, have you ever thought about that's the reason why? Because needless to say, they're not in a relationship with the woman. They're not married. They're not engaged. So what can you say something that you don't? But if the men that do, you know, hey, that's his choice. But to come back and say some misinformation about men going over bringing back some venereal diseases, that's not right. That's misinformation. And you don't even know unless somebody, and if it was, it might be a one incident. But I'm pretty sure that it's not men just coming over constantly, coming back, bringing back something that they got overseas. And if they would even say something like that online, it'd be too embarrassing. But that's something that some woman made up, or maybe some woman that was a nurse in a hospital or in a clinic that shouldn't reveal some information that it's under HIPAA laws. So she can get sued for that. But no, I don't believe that. And it's crazy, man. It's really crazy. But yeah, I definitely don't agree with that. And that's why some men are done with women. See, with dating and stuff. They say they own things and they end up by themselves. What's wrong with men? What's wrong with men? And if you put your hands on a woman, your whole life can change within 24 hours. So that's why men rather have peace and just be by themselves. And like the one video said, they would rather. It was one video say they would rather die alone. I'm like, damn, than deal with some contentious woman. And that's sad, but and this is here's a playback from the video I did before.
How do you make people enter their age, their zip code, even their gender before they can see the cost of their car insurance?
So what are the corrections that you're looking for specifically?
Force, because that's the only thing that's gonna work.
But I mean, what are you looking for black men to arrive at? A place of understanding of like what do you want to see?
Well, we believe that there is no hope for them. That we don't believe in changing their minds. We don't. But I'm trying not to say what I really want to say because you're on stage. But if they could not exist, hey, we wouldn't be mad at.
Alright, welcome back to another video of Overreacting. No book up, I go by the name of Eli. As always, we got Jew with us.
What it do, it's your boy Jew, and we out here overreacting for you. More content, more clips. Make sure you like and subscribe. Get that Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Get the merch, dailyrappercrew.co. If not, you know what I'm saying? You know how to rhyme.
Fill in the blanks.
You know what I mean? Cat in the hat bars, you heard?
Anyway, we got a special guest with us. Jeff, let them know where they can follow you at.
What's going on, y'all? The name is Jeff St. James, and you can find me at Ask a Brother Podcast on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
Listen, this next video was sent over to us by you guys, the viewers. This one, it's went underneath my radar. I didn't even know this video was out there, man. Mm-hmm. It's a very similar video to something that we talked about in the past. I think even got the same Clubhouse aesthetic, or maybe it was on Clubhouse, Twitter Spaces. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
that's where the conversation is happening. That's where they meet up.
Yeah, clearly, man. We're gonna play the video. It's a very disturbing video. We're gonna play the video. We're gonna come back and give our thoughts on it.
So what are the corrections that you're looking for specifically?
Force, because that's the only thing that's gonna work.
But I mean, what are you looking for black men to arrive at? A place of understanding of like what do you want to see?
Well, we believe that there is no hope for them. That we don't believe in changing their minds. We don't. But I'm trying not to say what I really want to say because you're on stage. But if they could not exist, hey, we wouldn't be mad at.
I think for me, I want the coddling culture to kind of stop. I think they get validated a little bit too much and they're not held accountable as much as white men, Hispanic men, Asian men. Like, the legal system works in their benefit a little bit more than they think it does. They're seen as the ultimate, like, most oppressed. And I think that coddling culture needs to stop and they need to be held accountable for their actions.
Because we live in white male patriarchy, white men set what's socially acceptable. So with you all setting what's socially acceptable, the degenerate behavior.
Jew, what's your thoughts on this side?
Honestly, before we started doing pod, I don't think I've heard women speak like this about like black men. And I know there's been like domestic relationships where men and women beat each other, and primarily men are noticed for it. You know what I mean? But this hatred of they would say self-delete or abortions or other criminal aspects of hurting each other. But I still to this day I haven't heard a man times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? So what is this? And I think it's all built on trauma that they get from their mama or another woman, because a lot of women don't experience this hate, these things that the next woman hate a black man for. And I just want to know, where does it really stem from? You know what I'm saying? I truly don't understand. Like, I be trying to, like, oh, this is the reason, but the more I hear it, I really don't know. And I'm not saying that there's not some, bad black men out there, but I don't hear these other groups of women talking about their men like this, whether it's on a public platform, because y'all yes girling and kikiing and TTing and all these other shit every time a black woman say something like this, and then when a black man replies, we're in our feelings, immature, weak, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So those are my thoughts.
Again, this reminds me of another video that we had reacted to before, and it's very similar concept. And I think it was a white woman, black woman's appreciation for white men, like type of clubhouse. And in there, it was like, black men belong in a coffin, and black men deserve to die, and our mothers should have been left to black men. And it was such a
There's no turning back, because these dusties are dusty. They just belong in a coffin.
Could be vaping formaldehyde, which is used.
Wow. See what I'm talking about? They out of their own mouth.
Yeah, if your body not done and you're not pretty, good luck.
Ow!
Good luck.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled 55-year-old passport sis goes abroad and nobody wants her. Let's get right into it.
A lot of them, especially my age, they know here in Panama that they can date very, very young here. The women here, the Panamanian women here, will definitely entertain an American man at whatever age. You can be 90 and walking down the street with a beautiful Panamanian woman. So trying to find an American guy here, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but unless you get them after they're exhausted from everybody else here in Panama.
Yes, an American woman can only get a passport bro after he has been sexually exhausted. You know that feeling where your libido has been fully drained and you have no more nuts to give. A dark, quiet place. At this point, sex no longer clouds the bandwidth of a man's mind, so he can actually focus on the betterment of mankind. I don't know, cure cancer, solve a theoretical paradox, or build with his bare hands something the world didn't know it needed. Or he can do something stupid in this state of nirvana, like get into a relationship with a 55-year-old American woman in Panama. It's clear that some men should never experience that level of mental acuity that sexual exhaustion brings. But here's the hard truth. There is no dating market for American women when they leave the States. Now look, we see many women online trying to gaslight us into believing that they can share the same success men do when they date abroad. That men in Latin America, Africa, and Asian countries are looking for independent, I don't cook or clean, 40 to 50-year-old high body count women to settle down with. And also, these men are gonna buy them the 4-bedroom house, car, and give them a 6-figure allowance. All of this is hogwash. But this lady is gonna give us a glimpse of what it's like dating abroad for a modern woman. Let's hear her out.
Flashback. And today we're going to talk about dating in Panama at 55. What that looks like. So when I first moved to Panama, I met this Panamanian guy. So he was nice, very charming, and we had a very nice time. Communication wasn't that great because he didn't speak very much English, so we Google translated a lot, and that was fine. So I noticed that he always wanted to come to my house. He came to my house, he ate my food, he just didn't have very much money to replenish some of the things that he was depleting. So that became an issue for me.
Introducing Smart Search from Homes.com. A new...
Again, she knew that she was going down to Panama, and that the ratio of income compared to the ratio of the American dollar is separate. But see, this is what they do. They want to have power over men, and this is what they do. They put their business online like this. And I don't see no women of other countries doing stuff like this. You know, they ask women, you know, what do you think about American men? But I don't see too many women from other abroad when it comes to American men going over to another part of the world, talk about what the American man or European man, or making a blog about it. It's always the American Western women and probably the few that does this. British women, I think, do it. I think some women from Canada do it. But they're the only ones that do stuff like this. And it's like, okay, you're 55 years old. I mean, then you don't speak the language. So you had to get Google Translate. You know, probably same way with the men. You know, but men have a higher value. Shout out to his channel. These women, and that's why, even over abroad, because and you see it's the American mindset. But do you see the men that were mocking the passport bros for traveling? You think the same men are mocking those women, will mock those women for traveling, and they going overseas trying to get the same thing? And some of the women get played over there too, just like the men do. But you don't see them making a video about it on TikTok or YouTube about that. And the reason why men are done in the West is because women pushed this culture. They've been pushing it the last 10, 15 years. You know, if you sexually harass me, if you look at a woman wrong, you got to be careful on your job. You got to be careful. You know, men are being creepy. They're being stocky. They're being this. You know, and then when he want a so-called man, you know, they expect him to make 6 figures and all these different scenarios. They never satisfied. So American men heard this. Now, and the man is 9 to 5 regardless if he's a black man, a white man, Latino man in America, Asian, whatever. He's not gonna handle. You know, what's the point? So that's why a lot of men are single, and you're gonna see a lot of women that are single, because the very words that come out their mouth, they speak their own destiny. You know, they murmur, they complain. Some of these women are not happy. They'll never be happy. I heard one woman said that one time. She said, you can never please a woman. And she was absolutely right. No matter what a man does, and he can never please a woman in the West. I don't know how it is overseas, but in the Western culture, I see it. You can never please her. No matter what you do, you know, you're a committed man. You're a man that make rational decisions. You're not out there giving out yourself to every Tom, Becky Sue, and Karen and Teresa out there, and it's never done. So it's nothing for them really to complain about. Ain't nothing for them to really murmur and bitch about. That's their version of boring. Just like, what does he do? You know, he just come home and he works. He comes home and do this and take care of the kids. Yeah, he pays the bill. Yeah, he takes. Okay, that's what he's supposed to be doing as a man. That's what society will look to as he's doing what a man in society would rather do. It's not good enough for some of these women. And I said that's why they end up being alone. Sometimes they don't appreciate until something is gone out their life. And then they want to get on here and then they witchcraft it and make it seem like it's the men's fault. It's the men's doing. Some of them don't want to take accountability. And it's their own words. Man, and I always say this, it's going to take God himself to show it. They will literally argue with the creator of all of us. They say, no, it's those men's fault. They will never take accountability. Even when God himself can show that it's your actions, your words that have done it. They would never, no matter what age, if they're 20, they're 30, they're 40, they're 50, because they think that they turn themselves into an idol. And they think that the men idolize their bodies. And so that's why they're getting so inherited, uppity, whatever. And that it should and they should pay for them. Pay for it. And if they could drain, and they can go out and do what they want to do with their girlfriends, the ones that are not mature. And that's how they lose the good men. How many good men have been through that out there? How many men are not abusive? How many men stay committed? But she got paranoid and trying to find an excuse to come out to break up the relationship. How many men have they were telling the truth, and they flipping on them, and now this society says men are dogs because they're cheaters and blah blah blah. Turn out she's a cheater, and sometimes then turn out she told a big fat lie. And sometimes you can forgive a person, but you don't forget what they done. And that really, and men do when they really get with the woman, they love a woman. There are black men that love black women. They love them to the core, their funky feet. But these women do not appreciate it. They'll treat them like a nice friend, or they'll manipulate them if they can't argue, and control them and manipulate them, and mommy them in some kind of way. If you don't stop it in some kind of way, kind of speak your mind, they try to talk to you like that. You say, wait a minute, hold on. You're supposed to be my companion, not my mother. So that's one of the reasons why. It's one thing your opinion, allow to express your opinion, but you don't have to take your opinion and demean a man. You don't have to do that. Some of these women don't understand that. And that's why they keep going through men after men after men, left and right. That's the truth. Sometimes you got to focus, wonder, what's wrong with that person? Now, and make it sound like it was all these men cheated on you, all these men did this. So that's a character flaw. What did she do? Did she wait? And if you learn your lesson from the first man, it didn't work out. Let's just say it. Don't you think as a woman you should take some time out to really seek yourself and ask the good God Almighty to show you what can I do so He can bring a proper man and get all that trauma and insecure pain, so you won't drag it to the next man that can be have everything, have a house, have a whole, give you what you want financially, protect you. No. What they do is they complain. That's why they're alone. In their 50s, in their 40s, and their 30s. And they do, and they think that when they get past them 20s and pop out 2 or 3 kids, now they is, and them kids are giving them the work. Now they realize. And then a man had to come back and be a cleanup man and come behind that. Some men ain't doing that no more. And even though you can work out and work your body the way you was when you was in your 20s, ladies, it's your personality. That's what the men want. Maybe some women will one day see that. Hopefully God will show them before it's too late in the West. All right, then, take care. Be blessed. See you on the next video.